Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating a new home card using the fairy house from Streamside Studio. Now I'm on the design team from Streamside Studios for the clear stamps. Since a few months she has clear stamps and I'm going to link to her site because she is an amazing illustrator, and for the ones that love digital stamps, well, she has a lot of digital stamps, so that's handy. I have this amazing clear stamp. It's the Fairy House set and it is released this month, so every month she has some new clear stamps to share with you, and they are all so adorable as far as I have seen them already or I have used them already in the past months. Now this one, I just thought that it was so beautiful, so I stamped it out using some Crunchy Leaf ink by Fawn to have a really soft outline. And then I'm going to use my Copic markers to color this image in. So there is a lot of coloring today. It's going to be a clean and simple card, but at the same time with this big image there is a bit of work to get this card done. Now I'm using my Copic markers today, so I hope that you are up for some coloring. This is the biggest part of this video, of course, because there is a lot to show you, but I also try to keep the coloring simple. What do I mean with that? Well, I can pick out so many colors to color these two mushrooms in. I just decided to keep the coloring the same all over, to keep it a bit more simple than when you're changing up your colors for every part of the image. That's something that I really like doing, but if you really love a lot of colors, then you just go ahead and have fun coloring this image because it's lovely to color in. So I started with this door because I thought it was going to be the hardest. There are the most details are there, I think, and also just if this wasn't going to work out, getting some dimension or definition in this part of the image, then well, the whole image wouldn't work out. The paper that I'm using today is Transotype Perfect Coloring Paper, which really helps me when I'm doing some Copic coloring. But at the same time, I need 2 layers, so you will see me color everything twice, at least, sometimes more than that, just to get that blend going on and the depth that I want. Also, the panel, I die cut it using the basic rectangles from my elephant. This gives me an A2 size panel, which is what I really like because that's my card basis, the size of it. And I also love the stitching details. I'm not going to create a fancy background today. It's going to stay white as it is, but it's a tiny detail, those stitching, and I think it really finishes off your card. Also, something that is truly a help for me when I'm doing Copic coloring is that colorless blender that you just saw me using. I'm not halfway of this image and I already need it. It's really handy if you go outside the lines and you cannot stand it like I do. Then this blender really helps you to push back that color. Sometimes you might need to go over it a few times if you're using really dark colors that you need to get rid of or anything like that. But it's worth it, I think. I just don't like going outside the lines, and sometimes it's really hard, like for these windows, for example. Well, it's tiny and my Copic markers are way thicker, so I'm trying to not go outside the lines. But if that's the case, I will just fix it using that colorless blender. Also here for the windows, I'm using the same colors as I did for the door, as you can see, but just using 2 colors of the combination that I used previously. So I'm going to work my way through this image using my Copic markers and that blender that I'm using here to fix things. And I will be putting up some music, but just because it's a lot of coloring. Now this is a mushroom. Any home type of stamp would work with this one, with this kind of card, I think. I also really need these kind of cards. I don't make them enough because I don't find that I have a lot of home related stamps, but this mushroom is really cute. And I think if you're preferring the digital stamps, that Shawne has them as well as digi-stamps, so that's really handy. So as I said, I am going to link towards a shop down below. It's an Etsy shop. This lady that is illustrating everything is the sweetest ever. She's also active on Instagram, so you can always follow her there, and she is crazy talented with color pencils. She is like really on top of it. I cannot color like her, and she also has a YouTube channel, so if I don't forget, I will link to everything where you can find her, because she's amazing and I think that she deserves to be supported by so many people, but you just need to get to know her. So I will link to her because she's amazing, and I hope that you will check out her products because, well, she's a lovely woman and she's doing this all by herself. Illustrating, selling, and I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. Like, my life is hectic. I'm doing it full time, and then I'm making all these cards and videos and blogs and Instagram posts, and I think it's going way over my head lately. I have so many cards made and I just can't find the time to do all the editing of my videos, and I think it's a shame, but I will get there and then you will get to see all of it. But imagine doing a shop and all the crazy ideas and all those things by yourself. So she's like Wonder Woman, if you ask me. That being said, I'm just going to put on some music now. I hope that you enjoyed the rest of the coloring. As I said, I will repeat the same color combinations all over this image to keep it as simple as possible, although it's a big image. So I hope that you will like that, and I will be back after coloring to do the rest with you. So the coloring now is finished and I have this panel. Now there were a few dots where I went a bit inside of the lines with the reds, and that's of course not ideal because I wanted them to be white. So you can use your colorless blender, anything you like, but I decided to take my white jelly roll pen and really go over all the dots. This way also it lays a bit on top of the mushroom, although later on I will be adding some glossy accents. But for now I thought that I would keep it like this, and then I also added a few dots on the flowers. Just tiny details from time to time, you know. So I did that, and then I could continue with the sentiment, or in this case it's for a new home. So I just decided to use this home as my sentiment, and these letters are from the Oliver Alpha dies by Hello Bluebird. I love their alpha dies. As far as I know, you can only get Hello Bluebird in America. I don't know a European shop who has refills or any of these stamps or dies, but if you're living in America, or if you are like me in Europe and you really want to get them, then I just buy them at Hello Bluebird themselves. Also, something lovely about Hello Bluebird is that the price is wonderful. I love it. And the scripts are really nice. They have different alpha sets. And lately I have been buying alpha sets from different companies, but from time to time you just need another size or you need another script. And this one is really classic and thin and subtle, but still there. So that's why I wanted to use it. I cut it out of Cranberry, colored cardstock by Concord the 9th. Perfect match with the mushroom. And then I added this panel on top of a card base. As I said before, I'm adding some glossy accents, of course, onto the windows. This way they appear a bit like glass. But I'm also going to add it on those white dots because it was just cute, and this way it's even more on top than it already was by the white of the jelly roll pen. So that's what I did, and actually that's all that I did. So keeping it as simple as possible, but this image is so lovely, it's elegant, it's there, you can use it just as one image, but you can perfectly use it on your background. Also Streamside Studios, as you know, though, she has a lot of fairies. I love all the fairies that she creates. Imagine using a fairy next to it, but for today, just a simple card for a new home. So this is my card and my video is done. I hope that you enjoyed this video and the coloring, of course. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. I want to thank you all for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video that I made, and I hope that you have an amazing day left. See you soon. Bye!